Folks, it's Brock with IAMed, and today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different than usual. And instead of giving you guys a large wall of text, I want to explain something that I feel is so crucial and so foundational to understanding and interpreting 12 lead EKGs. This is something that is so briefly mentioned in paramedic school and probably even less so in nursing school. And it's something that is intimidating to learn. And for some instructors, this can be intimidating to teach, but it's very basic and it's very simple. And hopefully, throughout this video, we can really go over just how simple this is. Now, to really understand just how fascinating Einthoven's triangle is, we have to go back to where Wilhelm Einthoven invented this in the 1800s. And back then, he had three buckets. It was two buckets for each arm and a bucket for the left leg. And through that, he was able to measure the electricity coming through the heart and generating it into its own electrocardiograph and interpreting it how he would please. Now, granted, we don't do that anymore, right? We don't carry three buckets of saline in our trucks or aircraft, as fitting three buckets of saline in a 206 would be a challenge in itself. We've essentially modernized this mentality of putting patients' arms and legs in buckets of water. Now we just do it with stickers and connect them to our life packs or whatever type of machines you utilize. So when we lay them out like this, and we think of this as, our patient, right? They kind of come to a square, the two arm leads and then the two leg leads, right? And as we know, the right leg is going to be your ground. So for right now, we'll kind of just X this one out and move forward with it. So what we're going to do with these last three is we're going to combine all three of them into a triangle. The next part of this is just some simple physics. And if I were to give us the answers here, and I were to just say that this is a negative pole, this is a negative pole, and this is a negative pole, we would be able to deduct that this would then be a positive pole, this is a positive pole, and this is a positive pole. And the important part here is understanding that negative moves towards positive. So in this right arm to left arm, we are going to move like this. And in the same manner, the right arm to the left leg and the left arm to the left leg. So here's where it starts to get more practical. The right arm to left arm is what we have described as lead 1. The right arm to left leg is going to be what we describe as lead 2. And the left arm to the left leg is going to be what we describe as lead 3. Now, what makes lead 2 that strong lead is because right where our heart sits, we have a vector that runs from the SA node through the AV node, bundle of His, throughout the Purkinje fibers. All of that electricity sits in a manner just like this. And as you can see, this runs close to parallel with lead 2. It doesn't run as well with lead 1, and it doesn't run as well with lead 3. This allows us a great picture and great voltage for lead 2 compared to the other two leads that we have here. So with leads 1, 2, and 3, adding those to V1 through V6, that only gives us 9 out of the 12 that are in a 12 lead, right? So where do these others come from? Where does AVR, AVL, and AVF come from? And where they come from is this little imaginary spot in your heart. It sits right on the AV node called Wilson's central terminal. These augmented vectors give us views of the heart that we would otherwise be unable to obtain with just a general calculation that's done by the machines that we utilize. So these kind of fly off like this. One goes up to that left side, the other goes up to this right side, and then one goes straight down like this. Each one of these is named for their respective sides. So AV left, AVR, right? And then augmented vector foot, also known as AVF. And that really wraps up Einthoven's triangle. Understanding Einthoven and understanding this whole process of how we obtain these leads will lead to such a better understanding of advanced morphologies and advanced interpretation techniques like axis deviation, which is another thing I feel is not taught at all in paramedic school, or at least it wasn't for me. So, thank you so much for watching, and I really just wanted to step away from just writing these blogs for a little bit and maybe doing something more visual. So if you enjoyed this, please let me know. Or if you have any type of feedback or any type of blogs that you guys really want to read about or see, please let me know. We're here for you, and we want you guys to learn as much as you can and to be the absolute best clinicians that you can be. Stay safe and enjoy your quarantine.